Hey production team, CC Productions here. Now today I'm going to do the fourth and last part of Captain Underpants. This is the very first book. So if you have your own copies at home, remember to get them. And now we can continue. Starting at chapter 15, Dr. Nappy. George and Harold hid behind the van until the coast was clear. Then they sneaked up to the hole in the door and peeked inside. Captain Underpants was all tied up. The two robots were standing guard, and a strange little man wearing a navvy was laughing maniacally. I am the evil Dr. Nappy, the strange little man told Captain Underpants, and you will be the first to witness my takeover of the world. Dr. Nappy placed the stolen crystal into the large machine called the Laser-Matic 2000. The machine started to light up, and make loud noises. Heavy gears began shifting and spinning, and a laser beam from the crystal shot straight up, through a hole in the roof. In exactly 20 minutes, this laser beam will blow up the moon and send huge chunks of it crashing down upon every major city in the world, laughed Dr. Nappy. Then I will rise from the rubble and take over the planet. Only one thing can help us now, said George. What? Asked Harold. Rubber Doggy Doo-Doo, said George. Harold took the fake Doggy Doo-Doo and a slingshot from George's cat backpack and handed them to him. Be careful, said Harold. The fate of the entire planet is in your hands. With careful and precise aim, George shot the rubber doo-doo through the air and across the room. It landed with a plop right at the feet of Dr. Nappy. Yes, whispered George and Harold. Dr. Nappy looked down at the doo-doo between his feet and turned bright red. Oh, dear me, he cried. I'm dreadfully embarrassed. Please excuse me. He began to waddle towards the toilet. This had never happened to me before. I saw you, he said. I guess, with all the excitement, I just, oh dear. While Dr. Nappy was off changing himself, George and Harold sneaked into the old warehouse. Immediately, the robots detected the boys and began charging towards them. Destroy the intruders, said the robots. Destroy the intruders. George and Harold screamed and ran to the back of the warehouse. Luckily, George and Harold found old boards and gave one of them to Harold. We're not going to have to resort to extremely graphic violence, are we? Asked Harold. I sure hope not, said George. Chapter 16, the extremely graphic violence chapter. 1. The following chapter contains graphic scenes showing two boys beating the tar out of a couple of robots. If you have a high blood pressure, or if you faint at the sight of motor oil, we strongly urge you to take better care of yourself and stop being such a baby. Introducing Flip-O-Rama. Because there's so much, I'm just going to show you how it works. You flip the page back and forth and it creates an animation. So as you can see, Robot Rampage. 1 second. I'm going to show you how it works. So you see this image, and then you notice when you flip the page back and forth, it creates an animation. See how the kids are reacting and the robots are moving their claws. Yeah, Flip-O-Rama is quite a unique way of animating things, flipping a bunch of pages back and forth. It's really creative, this. For example, 1 second, I'm just trying to find a way to hold the book down. If you flip the page back and forth, George is hitting the robot and Harold is covering his face. And I'm pretty sure on this last page here, or second to last page, it shows Harold hitting the robot with a wooden board. It's kind of hard to do holding the camera and flipping the page at the same time. And of course, this one shows George and Harold bouncing up and down on them. Yeah, so if you have your own copies, it should be easier, or if you just find a digital alternative. So now, back to where we was. Chapter 17, The Escape. After defeating the robots, George and Harold untied Captain Underpants. Come on, cried Harold. Let's get out of here. Wait, said Captain Underpants. We have to save the world first. So George, Harold, and Captain Underpants frantically looked all over the Laser-Matic 2000. searching for a way to shut it down and stop the inevitable disaster. Said Harold. I think this might be the lever we want. He pulled the self-destruct lever with all of his might. Suddenly, the Lasermatic 2000 began to sputter and shake. The huge laser beams turned off, and pieces of the machine began flying off in all directions. It's gonna blow! Cried Harold. Run for your lives! Not so fast! Screamed Dr. Nappy, who appeared out of nowhere. You demolished my robots, you destroyed my Lasermatic 2000, and you ruined my one chance to take over the world. But you won't live to tell the tale. Dr. Nappy pulled out his Nappy-Matic 2000 ray gun and pointed it at George, Harold, and Captain Underpants. Captain Underpants quickly stretched a pair of underwear and shot it at Dr. Nappy. The underwear landed right on the evil doctor's head. Help! Cried Captain Nappy. I can't see! I can't see! George and Harold ran out of the warehouse as fast as they could. Great shot, Captain Underpants, cried Harold. Just one thing I don't understand. Where'd you get the extra pair of underwear? What extra pair? Said Captain Underpants. Never mind that, cried George. Let's just get out of here before the Lasermatic 2000 explodes. The Lasermatic 2000 blew up, tearing apart the old warehouse. It became flaring shards of red-hot metal in every direction. Fire fell from the skies all around the heroes, and the earth began to crumble beneath their feet. Oh no, cried Harold. We're doomed. Chapter 18. To make a long story short, they got away. Chapter 19. Back to school. George, Harold, and Captain Underpants made a quick stop outside the police station. They tied Dr. Nappy to a lamppost and attached a note to him. There, said Captain Underpants. That ought to explain everything. Arrest me. Then, George and Harold led Captain Underpants back to Jerome Horwitz Elementary School. Why are we going here? Asked Captain Underpants. Well, said George, you have to do some other undercover work. Yeah, said Harold, reaching into his backpack. Put these clothes on and make it snappy. Don't forget your hair, said George. Captain Underpants quickly got dressed behind some bushes. Well, how do I look? He asked. Pretty good, said George. Now, try to look really angry. Captain Underpants made the nastiest face he could. You know, said Harold, he kind of looks like Mr. Crop. Harold, whispered George. He is Mr. Crop. Oh, yeah, said Harold. I almost forgot. Before long, they were back inside Mr. Crop's office. Okay, Captain Underpants, said George. You are now Mr. Crop. Snap your fingers, whispered Harold. Oh, yeah, said George. Snap, you are now Mr. Crop. Who's Mr. Crop? Asked Captain Underpants. Oh, no, cried Harold. It's not working. The boys tried again and again to dehypnotize Captain Underpants, but nothing seemed to work. Said Harold. Let me see the instruction manual for that ring. George checked his trouser pocket. Said George. I think I lost it. You what? Cried Harold. The two boys searched frantically through the office, but the 3D Hypno Ring instruction manual was nowhere to be found. Never mind, said George. I have an idea. He removed the flowers from a large vase in the corner, then he poured it all the water all over Captain Underpants' head. What did you do that for? Cried Harold. I saw him do this in a cartoon once, says George. So it's gotta work. After a few minutes, Mr. Crop slowly came to. What's going on here? He demanded. Why am I all wet? George and Harold had never been so glad to see Mr. Crop in all their eyes. I am so happy I could cry. Well, you're going to cry when I give that videotape to the football team, shouted Mr. Crop. I've had it with you too. Mr. Crop took the videotape out of his filing cabinet. You boys are dead meat, he sneered. He stormed out of the office with the video and headed towards the gym. George and Harold smiled. Wait till the football team sees that video, said Harold. Yeah, said George. I hope they like singing Purple Dragons. Hey, look, said George. I found the 3D Hypno Ring instruction manual. It was in my shirt pocket, not my trouser pocket. Well, throw that thing away, said Harold. We never need it again. I hope certainly not. And the instruction manual reads, warning, whatever you do, do not put water on somebody's head when they're in trance. This will cause the hypnotized person to slip back and forth from trance to reality whenever they hear the sounds of snapping fingers. Chapter 20. The end? Things at Jerome Horwitz Elementary School were never quite the same again after that fateful day. The football team enjoyed Mr. Crop's video so much that they changed their name from the Muckleheads to the Purple Dragon Sing-Along Friends. The name change didn't go too well with the fans, but who's going to argue with a bunch of linebackers? George and Hal went back to their old ways, pulling pranks, cracking jokes, and making new comic books. They had to keep an eye on Mr. Crop, though, because for some strange reason, every time he heard the sounds of fingers snapping, snap, Mr. Crop turned back into, you know who. Oh no, here we go again. Tra-la-la. And that is the end of the first book. Stay tuned for the other books. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye!